This is an ArtSnacks Plus box. If you don't know the drill, I don't know what's inside, so I'm going to open it up, find out what's inside, and then hopefully make something cool with it. Let's do it. So inside the December box, we have our little baggie of art supplies. We also have Strathmore mixed media cards. Ooh, wait. So it looks like it's 10 cards and 10 envelopes to decorate. Ooh. I'm kind of excited. I feel like I mentioned this every Zen Pop unboxing and then edit it out. But like my dream was always to make some matching letter stationery with like envelopes and, you know, paper. And I've looked into it a few times, but it seemed too expensive to be viable to get it all printed unless I do it myself, and I don't have a space for that. But oh, I can sort of live out my dreams in a small way here and try and decorate these maybe. We have a nice folded card. I don't think there's 10 here. Is there 10 here? 8, 9, 10. Okay, there is 10. My initial judgment was off. So we have white, customizable envelopes and cards. Not quite the stationery I was talking about, but they're still cards, which is cute. And therefore, mixed media, since I guess we're skipping this bag. Let's check out the paper. Whoa! Oh, it's black. The camera loves that. So this is an ArtSnacks exclusive Legion paper collaboration with the Sirio ultra black paper, 15 sheets, 280 GSM, 8" by 10". Let's take a look at the little goodies. We have the two menus. First the ArtSnacks menu and the ArtSnacks Plus menu. So it looks like the two things in the ArtSnacks Plus were the two papers, black pad, and then the envelope stationery set, which means everything that's in the regular ArtSnacks will be inside here. It's like a candy cane. I wonder if it's orange flavored. It's orange. It's orange. Not candy cane. Whoa. More like tangerine, if there's a difference. Alright, now let's find out what the art supplies are. We got ArtSnacks sticker. This kind of cute sweater pattern. Very wintry. We have a Wink of Luna. I've used one of these before. It's like a metallic brush pen, and it adds flecks of metallic to your stamped projects. This one looks like it's in the color green. Let me just quickly prep this. Remove the ring. Reinsert. Give it a shake and a squeeze. I guess we're just drawing in here. So what you do is you squeeze here. The ink removes from the reservoir. It moves into the barrel. And eventually it should come out the brush end. I always have that problem where it just comes up the side though. So I don't know if I do it right. But that's happened to every single one of these I've ever had. Maybe I'm just too brutal. Oh, wow. From my angle, it's like a dark green, but on camera, it's so shiny. Oh, demonstrate. We have a Karin BrushmarkerPRO. That's something else I've also used before. It's a little bit more transparent. We'll have to swatch that someplace else. Oh, they're dye-based. Okay, so that's what makes them kind of special. Also, we have the Edding 1880 Drawliner in 0.1. Ooh, that's gonna be fine. Oh, you fine. Oh, I cannot write inside a box. There's some handwriting for you. And finally, we have the brush pen in the color white, also by Zig. So this will probably show up on the black paper real nice. Take a look at it outside of the packaging. Oh, there's also a ring in this. We got to remove it. Fidelity, what? All right, give it a little shake and a squeeze. Oh, there it goes. Hello. Okay, there's the brush pen, so you can get fine and thicker strokes. Not total full coverage. It's a little bit like paint, like an acrylic paint. It's supposed to be water resistant. That's good. Because if we're going to be drawing on envelopes, right, we want it to be water resistant so that if you write the address or something, the elements don't hinder that in any way. Because that would be a bummer. These are a really random, like, mismatch of art supplies, in my opinion. It's a little strange. I'm not really feeling any inspiration from the color scheme here. Well, we have black, green, canary, and white. Part of me kind of just wants to experiment with these in maybe some of the ideas that I had for stationery, like fruits or like cats and dogs or something like that. You know, fun stationery that you want to send your friends. So I think I'll start there, and if I'm feeling really encouraged, we'll try to make something with more of these art supplies. So let me just grab some watercolor. Although this paper doesn't, not that. This paper doesn't really feel like it can handle watercolor. Maybe it's more the cards that are supposed to be decorated, but that's not what I want to do. I want to decorate the envelopes. This is a predicament. Well, let me try. We have 10 of these, right? So experimentation and some trial and error might go a long way. These can also be mixed with water if I remember correctly. So we could probably use that as our yellow. So the first kind of idea that I had, like I have a lot of ideas, but like putting them on a paper is really difficult. But like one that I always thought of was like a watermelon, because a watermelon's texture on the outside is so different from the way it looks on the inside. So like for an envelope, you have the outside of the watermelon, and then when you open it up, the inside of the envelope would be more textured to look like the inside of a watermelon, and then like the stationery that goes on the inside would look more like the inside of the watermelon. You know, these little things. Like, I just love when stationery has a different texture on the inside of the envelope versus the outside of the envelope. These envelopes are really, really thin, so I don't know if this is going to work. But we're going to try it anyway. That's what I want to do. Probably the optimal way to do this would be to start with a flat piece of paper and turn it into an envelope. But we'll start here. I want, like, a light green coverage with some darker green accents for the watermelon. So this might work for the darker green, and they'll be metallic, so that'll be really cute. But I do need another green color for the lighter green. A little bit of the light green as well for this one. Ooh, which one do I want? Ah, this feels more watermelon-y to me. A little sap green and a little light green. I just kind of want to coat the entire thing. Try to get as even as possible on this very flimsy paper. I have my doubts. It's all gonna be all over the place, but it's watercolor, so that'll clean up just fine. Oh shoot, you know what I didn't think? I didn't think to tape this down so that it doesn't buckle. This paper's flimsy. It's so flimsy. Well, let's hope that makes a difference. Just try to do a light coat. Hopefully it's not too crazy. I should have looked at a watermelon. I just sort of like, I'm winging it. I'm like, well, I think I know what a watermelon looks like. Here's one side of the envelope. Where did this come from? I don't even have the color red. Oh shoot, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I wonder if it came from this in some way. Oh well. Our watermelon has texture. Oh, it's so flimsy right now. Fragile. See, this is the part that I didn't think would work, which is why I'm starting with it. Because if it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to change my plans. Yeah, I'm really scared to even touch this. It feels like a rag. When it dries, it should be a little crunchier, right? Guess while that's drying, we can experiment with some other things. Wow, there's more of that orange. Where is that coming from? Make sure you clean your palette, folks. Don't do what I do. There we have our Karin yellow, which will be water. You know what? This watercolor is not gonna be waterproof, is it? Well, shoot. After I gave that whole speech. Well, it doesn't look like this paper's waterproof either, so I'm not the only one at fault here. This is more like just a concept, an idea. Doesn't have to be practical yet. You know, we're pushing the limits. That's what we do here. Okay, gotta wait for that side to dry now. Alright, well that's dry. Move on to the envelope. So I kind of picture being a horizontal card for our watermelon. Now what I'm trying to think is, since it's a card and not just regular letter paper, should we decorate one side as the outside of the watermelon and one side as the inside of the watermelon? The only problem with that is then if you pull it out of the envelope, if the outside ends up looking like a watermelon, and then you open up the card, you'd want the card to look like the inside of the watermelon on the outside. So when you pull it out, it's like the watermelon, right? Uh-huh. So that would mean I would want the whole thing to be kind of pink and watermelon colored, you know? But then the inside, maybe the inside's just like decorated with cute tiny little watermelons or something. Got two nice watermelon colors right there. And then we'll have to figure out how we're gonna go model. This would work a lot better digitally, but I'm kind of like going about this as like a proof of concept. See what kind of designs look good where. You could do it either way, really. But I feel like the seeds are kind of in the center there. Okay, let's coat this puppy in our pink. Probably should have started on one edge so I don't get these lines. That does look like a watermelon. Ooh, that looks delicious. Except for that random line down the center. But thanks, physics, for that one. I could have taped this down as well, but you know, the old brain doesn't work the way it used to. And those aren't things that cross my mind. You know, before I start painting. I think I got the perfect color though, and that is really, really exciting. Now I kind of want to just design a character based off a watermelon. Draw it like this. See how the envelope is doing. Okay. Not quite dry, but it's... Probably should have put it under a book. I wonder if markers would have been a better idea. Especially if I was actually going to put it in the mail. Let's kind of see how this color looks on top of this green for our watermelon stripes. Well, these are waterproof, so I don't want to get these on my desk. So I'm thinking just kind of like ooh. I'm just thinking some organic squigglies. I guess I just, oh, when did that happen? No. Control Z, Control Z. This was already going so well, wasn't it? Alright, stripes are done. I don't know if it actually looks like a watermelon or not, but it gave me some things to think about. I think the squigglies look more like a watermelon than the straight ones. I tried both just to see. So while that's drying, I thought we could move back to the card. This guy. It ended up looking really patchy, but we need to add in the seeds. I thought we could first try with the yellow and see if they show up. Okay, not really. Let me try using that drawing pen on top of them. I think I want these filled in dark. Just the outline isn't quite popping enough. So I'm gonna try it with brown Sharpie. Kind of like it better without the weird yellow outline on it too. I like that it looks kind of organic and random. Watermelon. Now I kind of like the texture. I feel like it adds to the watermelon vibe. Can I actually go around the outside edge with the white? To kind of give the illusion of that like less flavorful edge. See, when something isn't turning out exactly the way I wanted to, I start experimenting more, which usually makes it look worse, but I feel like I learn the most in those times. I will highlight some of these seeds and some texture to the watermelon with some polka dots and some shiny wet bits. So I'm gonna shove it in here and see what it looks like. Alright, this didn't really work. It's sort of there. I think I need a deeper envelope so you see more of the watermelon, and then I obviously wanted it to look like watermelon here too. But this paper's just so thin you can see straight through it. So I'm a little concerned. And then obviously I also want the green stripes. This was a little bit of a disappointment. I think my favorite part is the watermelon card. Oh, that is kind of cute. Okay, the idea is good. It's just, it's not implemented correctly here. Not quite. Still need to iron out some of these kinks. Kind of tempted to try markers next. See if the paper can hold that up. Although it just feels like just regular copy paper almost. So that chances are slim. New plan, new plan, new plan. This is like really just taking the box and going wherever I wanted to with it, but I thought if I make a bunch of like mini envelopes, I can test my idea instead of having to cover like an entire huge large envelope, trying to get it right that way. If I make some small ones with this envelope punch board, which was actually a gift from Sugarlup Sketches, so thank you. They'll be kind of like thumbnails, but more like, what's that called? When you like make something, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna cut up one of these cards to the proper size. Okay, so we start with this nice square shape. Boo-boo! Get in here. Alright, so now I have a little envelope. I made some small changes to it to kind of fit a design I'm more interested in. I just made the smallest one I could. I'm a little off some of my measurements here. It's good enough for the mock-up, right? So what I want to try and do with this, there's some attempts I made, but I want to kind of mock this up again, smaller, hopefully, and get a better, you know, result. I'm going to try and use well, you know what, for the inside I'm definitely going to use the watercolor because I think that looks perfect. I love the texture. I like the watercolor texture. It's very cute. So we'll definitely start there. So the inside is this. So I can go ahead and fill that in. I'm actually using the card paper this time as the envelope, so I'm expecting pretty good results here. You won't even see most of this, but I kind of just want to paint it all in. Now here's where it's getting more important. There's the inside of our watermelon. Oh, I think this is going to work so much better. Paper, it makes a big difference. I should make a little card to go inside of it. I wonder if this works. My scraps. Kind of want it to fold though. It's a little small. A little letter. But even with this, I'm not entirely sure what design you would put on the letter. I'd use markers on the other side, but I'm just a little nervous they're gonna show through onto what we already painted. So I guess I'll just use watercolor again. Whatever. This time I want it to be a little darker though. Okay, now that needs to dry. Oh, it kind of got on the inside. It's okay. I'm gonna try markers on this paper though, see if I can get some similar colors for our watermelon. Kind of just like finagling it. I don't know what I'm doing. Just see what happens. I don't think that's quite the right color. Yeah, that's a little redder. I want something a little more saturated. Redder, redder, redder. It's a little bit redder. Maybe just like a pink, you know? Yeah, like this. Well, that's the closest actually. Actually, just like quickly coat it. Color matching with different art supplies is usually pretty tricky, so I'm not expecting to get a perfect match here. This color's not quite light enough. I can definitely tell when I am adding in the seeds. The contrast isn't quite there. We have our card. Let's check on the envelope. Is it drying? Slowly. So that's the outside. This is the inside. Yeah, the color's a little bit off. And by a little, I mean a lot. But that'll go in there. These will fold over. Oh, but it's still wet. Ooh, I can feel it on my fingers. And I need to add in the stripes. Guess I could try and use this again. It's just I don't really love this art supply. It's a little tricky. I'm gonna start in the center. Never mind, I shouldn't use this art supply. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too hard to get even coverage. Oh wait, but this is gonna fold in, right? And then this is gonna fold down. So I should make sure that these kind of match. There's a lot that goes into this. I mean, I knew it wasn't easy, but I'm just learning all these like little tiny things. Make sure they line up a little. I think this is looking a little nicer. I think the thinner stripes lends a little better to looking like a watermelon. If this pen would actually like draw when I ask it to, I feel like I could be a little bit more creative with these lines. But I'm spending so much time just trying to get the ink to come out that I'm like accidentally drawing straight. Come on! There, made a ton on the side for dippage. Oh, that works way better. Sounds like I should just get some paint. Oh wow, that works so much better. Why didn't I just do that at the beginning? Just add some extra squiggles in here. That makes a big difference. There we go. I think that looks better. There's some random like spray bits, so I'm gonna add some more to make them look meaningful. Boom. Move this out of the way. Clean this up before it dries because I think this might be permanent. Ooh, am I late? I might be too late. I'll figure some way to get that off. Let that dry. Then we can go on the inside and start adding in like the seeds and stuff. Kind of see what I can do with this. I tried something different, but the seeds coming out from the outside. So that would mean that the core would be coming down the center. So I'm just adding in little white bits here. And also some reflections. Wow, such a realistic looking watermelon. It's still wet. Gosh, get on it, man. I didn't leave a space for writing, so if anyone wants to write on this one, I'm gonna have to use a sticker. Oh man, I like this card. That's cute. I think that's my favorite part. It's gonna take some of this. Even out some of the random scrapness, because this was a piece of scrap paper. Kind of whiten it out. It seems to be picking up the Wink of Luna pen. Let's get in read some of the edges, but luckily mostly on the ones that you're not gonna see. Come on, try. I want to touch you. Please. Hey, it looks like a heart. A little bit. Problem I have whenever I try to do these things like traditionally instead of digitally, it always just gives off such a kid project vibe. Like I can never make it look very professional. Mostly because I start getting frustrated and then I rush it and then I give up halfway through. But whenever I do these sort of projects digitally, I feel like it always has like a special little like little professional edge to it, and I think it's just because it's cleaner and it's like printed with ink, so it doesn't really look like my hands have touched it at any point in time. Can't believe how long it takes just to make one. That actually looks kind of cool. I like the way it blends with the green. Kind of like blends it outwards. like creating a whole new shade of green. I do love the metallic. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What's drawing? I'm just gonna like play around in this black paper. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Urgh! Today's just not my day. I think I'm having a little bit of a bad day. Probably just trying to do too many things at once. I just want to like draw something. I was gonna say in my comfort zone, but it's not gonna quite be in my comfort zone because it's gonna be inverted colors here. I just need to draw something though. I can barely see that, but I still think it'll help if I want to add any sort of color in here. Make it more visible with like, I think this will show up on it and this. I don't know about this thing though. Kind of drawing an elf. Put me into Christmas spirit. This kind of looks a little like Link. I'm gonna give her hat double pom-poms. Because I feel like something needs to go down on this side. Because I have one coming up that way. And I want one this way. Twi'lek hat. I don't know if you could see this. But now we're gonna try add some kind of, I don't know, colors with this. Trying the green for her shirt. Whoa, that really shows up, doesn't it? That's exciting. If I had a red one of these, then we can make it real Christmassy. There we go. Got the vest colored in. A little pointier on the edges. I don't love this thing. I'm just gonna be 100% honest. I like the way it looks, but I don't like using it. It's like really hard to get enough ink out of it. And if you do, you have to like splot it all over the place. Which we'll give her a green hat. And then white, I assumed I was going to use for the puffs, but then like, how do we show the rest of the character? And this pen has the same problem. With like, it just not enough comes out or too much comes out of the ink pen bit thing. Got a pom-pom here, got a pom-pom here. Like the only way I can get these things to work is if I put a bunch on one side and keep dipping into the pile of the ink. Which is like, at that point, why not just use paint? Ooh, you can mix these. Kind of want to add a little bit of the green to the, like the background ones, so they're like a little further in the distance. And it also just looks green though. Maybe if I implement it in more places. Yeah. Kind of tell what I'm going for. We can color in her teeth. They might be white if she brushes them and was gifted genetically. I kind of pictured the sleeves being red and white stripes. I don't have red, but we'll see how far we can get without it. Now I'm thinking if I change this pom-pom, oh wait, not the pom-pom, but like these things to the mix of the green and the white. Oh, that's too green. Mix it right on the paper. Kind of want to do the same for the stripes. Make sure it's a different color than the white, and we should be good. I wonder if I could clean up those edges with this pen once it's dry. And maybe do the same for this belly section. I pictured it's like a stripy bodysuit. Hair, we could do the light green color as well. It doesn't really interact with any of that. So mix it. I got my little makeshift palette on this piece of paper here. It's just become my paintbrush. Not sure how to do like the lines around the face since the paper's black. Can't really get darker than that. Oh, hey, those turned out pretty nice. I can't complain there. This is Watermelon, our elf. Not sure what to do about the face. Oh, look at that metallic. That's fun. We haven't tried the yellow. Does that look like anything? Yeah, not really. The yellow. I don't like the yellow. Change my mind. I don't like the yellow. The facial features, like a line art. But you can't really see the eyelashes. And I used white to fill in like the teeth and the eyes, so it's a little weird. Like that. Ooh, what about that? Draw with the white pen and then go over it with the red. The eyelashes, make sure that's dry. I could try to do this and blend it out with a little bit of water. Okay, it does not blend out with water. Little highlights on her cheeks, I guess. I don't know if it's obvious that her hat has two pom-poms, but yeah. Well, I mentioned it earlier. Y'all know. You know what? I could just use this for the eyelashes. What was I thinking? Obviously, I can use this. But it was a fun sketch. Now, back to my little watermelon thing I've been working on for 3 hours now. Okay, so we fold these in, fold this over. So we need to add like seeds and stuff there. So I was gonna have the card go in like this. So that means I want the seeds to kind of like come out that way, right? So we can draw some seeds. Okay, that's probably all I need because if we fold this back over, you're not going to see anymore. Ah, that's kind of cute. Ah! This is what I wanted, finally. Okay, so I need to tape it up or glue it. I don't know if this is going to be strong enough to glue because this is pretty thick paper. But we'll try it out. Maybe I'll put the card inside so we don't actually glue it to that. Oops, I forgot to put this inside. Oh no. Oh. Yes! Something's working. Oh, I wanted to do like a bunch of different designs, so this was a little stressful. Although now that I know kind of what I'm doing, I probably could make another one. Our little card inside. I wish it was the same color. I can't decide if I like the pink or the red better. The red has a little less contrast between it and the stripes, whereas the pink is much more vibrant, so I think I like the pink, but the red feels more like a watermelon to me. It looks like a little gift card envelope. It's probably exactly what would fit in here. Okay, I definitely have a ways to go before I am ready to release a stationery line. Definitely feels less like a kid project than this one does, so we're heading in the right direction. I can't stop opening it and shutting it. Is it a watermelon? Yeah, it is. I think maybe in the future what I'd like to do is like have a well planned out, know exactly how I want to go about it, making stationery video where we make some envelopes and some stationery that suits it, and I don't know, maybe a little bit of digital, maybe a little bit of printing out, I don't know, a little concepting. Okay, now I'm kind of excited about that, even though I'm feeling a little burnt out. This video was more like trial and error, trying to figure out what worked, trying what papers worked, and trying to use like the supplies from this box that I didn't really love, and then ending up resorting with my own art supplies for the most part anyway. So in the future I'd like to do like a full-on make it stationery video, I think, when I have like my head cleared and I know how I want to go about it. But for now, I think that's going to be it for me. I definitely learned a lot about different things that I can take and apply in the future, thanks to a lot of failures today. Oh, I also need to send a thank you to ArtSnacks for sending me this box, even though it was not my favorite. It inspired me to finally sit down and try and make some stationery. I've only ever tried to do this sort of thing digitally, so this was quite the adventure of trial and error. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!